Give me some straight talk, and hold the sugar, please. Straight talk, sounds plenty sweet to me. Don't talk to me in circles and some mumbo jumbo jive. Give me just straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. 'Cause I like to know just what.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Straight Talk, right here on Global 99.5 FM. I'm Martin Aubrey, and my guest in the studio this afternoon is Senator Derek Sims. I want to say good afternoon to Senator Derek Sims. Bishop Greg Colley is still on vacation, and I hope that he's enjoying every moment of his days away.
He should be able to do that, I want to say good evening to Bahamas. Bahamas, it's your time. You have to act now, not tomorrow. Now is your time.
Well, this is a Wednesday, and as I said, my special guest on the show this afternoon is Senator Derek Sims. Today's show is brought to you by Proud Mary. Proud Mary is opposite the Jamaica Road Police Station by Sammy's Chicken. They have 5 locations in New Providence. By Doc's Pharmacy. Doc's Pharmacy is the pharmacy that never says no. By Buttons Formal Wear. They're having their 29th bridal show, April 2nd Resort. The show is also brought to you by First Choice Real Estate and Appraisals, the Friends of Frankie Campbell's Campaign in Southern Shores. By LRD Construction, Master Assist for all your emergencies. By Nature's Gifts Fresh Roasted Peanuts, the best tasting peanuts throughout the whole wide world. And today's show is also brought to you by Geneva Brass Seafood. To participate in today's show, you can call us at 326-0271. That's 326-0271 or 326-0272. 326-0272. You can also watch us on Facebook Live at Global 995 FM. We're also streaming live on the internet at globalradio995fm.com. And on Straight Talk this Wednesday afternoon, the Free National Movement has ratified its final 5 candidates for the upcoming general election. And this is happening while the governing party is still grappling with its decision on at least a couple of their constituencies, one being in Freetown. But last night at the Free National Movement's headquarters on Mackey Street, we saw where a veteran politician, Brent Simonet, was ratified in the St. Anne's constituency. He says, Mr. Brent Simonet has said that he will serve his leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis, and he told the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Mr. Bradley Roberts, you can take that to the bank. We also saw that Shannon Dawn Cartwright got the nod for the Free National Movement in St. Barnabas. Broadcaster Vaughn Miller was ratified in the Golden Isles constituency. Vaughn Miller was trying to get the nomination in South and Central Eleuthera, and he failed in his bid. Hank Johnson came in as the winner in that race in South Eleuthera, but lo and behold, Kenyatta Gibson said he was no longer interested last week. And days later, Vaughn Miller has been ratified by the Free National Movement in the Golden Isles constituency. And then we saw the broadcaster from Freeport, Grand Bahama, Pakeisha Parker, going once again in West End and Bimini. And of course, this was no shock or surprise to anybody. The Free National Movement's leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis, is running once again in the Kalani constituency. So the days are being counted down, Senator Sims. The die has now been cast.
Yes, sir.
All of the ducks have been lined up for the F&M, and they're ready to go.
Yes, sir. Within 90 days, Bahamas, within 90 days, you will be called upon to make a decision on the future of our archipelago in the Bahamas. Are you satisfied with the conditions that are today? Let me ask you a question, Bahamas. Are you better off today than you were 5 years ago? And this got to come up, I'm bringing it up right now, Mr. Aubrey.
Go ahead.
5 years ago, did you have a prime minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas? Not a prime minister of the PLB, See, they're getting this stuff wrong. This is the prime minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas saying to the Bahamian people, and I'm going to put it in plain terms,
Straight
so
talk.
the Bahamian people can understand, screw you. And we want to now justify that? No, Mr.
Well, some
Aubrey.
are saying,
No,
Senator
Mr. Aubrey.
Simpson, all due respect, they're saying that Prime Minister Perry Christie has already given his form of an apology for that mischaracterized gesture. that he made.
Maybe to the legal fraternity, but to the average citizen, when you apologize, as far as we are concerned, the little people, apology means, hey, I am sorry I offended you. Okay? It does not mean what the Prime Minister
In
said.
600 words, the Prime Minister finally told us that he regrets
Yeah, but he was
doing that and that he was totally out of character.
whilst that may be accepted as an apology, does the average man and woman,
One man asked me, what do we want to do? Should I fill up my car with gas, go and pick up the Prime Minister and take him around every country, every island, every constituency, to every person and say, here's the Prime Minister, he came to tell you he's sorry for what he's done.
I'm not suggesting that, Mr. Aubrey. What I'm suggesting, though, is the Prime Minister made the regret comment in the Parliament of the Bahamas. But the Prime Minister made the screw you Bahamas at a political rally
In Fox Hill,
in Fox
on
Hill.
Freedom Park.
Okay, so it is my view that the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Perry Gladstone Christie, should apologize publicly, not regretfully.
And you and others do not intend to drop it until when?
I will not drop it until he publicly apologized to the Bahamian people in simple terms. I am so sorry. I made a mistake. Are you too big for that? No, sir.
Let me take you back to Mackey Street at the FNM headquarters last night, where, as I said earlier, the final 5 candidates were ratified. And then the leader of the Free National Movement, Dr. Hubert Minnis, told us the reasons why an agreement with the Free National Movement and the Democratic National Alliance led by Mr. Branwell McCartney could not work. He's revealing the reasons behind the failure of any attempt for the DNA and the FNM to come together. And as we can see from what transpired last night and the weeks before, no deal has been struck and none will be struck. But Dr. Minnis told us last night that there were never any good reason for the existence of the Democratic National Alliance. He says the only reason was the ego of one man who couldn't wait his turn. And he was talking about the leader of the DNA, Branwell McCartney. The Free National Movement leader also told his supporters that McCartney and the DNA wanted 16 seats.
You're joking, man.
And they wanted them unopposed by the FNM. Those seats included Bamboo Town, Seabreeze, Garden Hills, Carmichael, Golden Isles, Southern Shores, Marathon, Elizabeth, Pinewood, Fox Hill, Golden Gates, North and South Abaco,
For real.
Marco City, Yamacraw. And even if there was a St. Thomas More, Brandon McCartney wanted to make sure that they got a candidate in that seat unopposed by the Free National Movement.
You know, I listened to
What
Brandon
were they
McCartney.
seeking to do?
I listened to Brandon McCartney on a radio show. I think the person must be his relative. Okay. And the only thing he seems to suggest is he's a pretty boy. Well, is he pretty boy? And the situation that the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is in today are two different things. See, pretty boy only for freaky girls. And the Bahamas is not one of those freaky girls. As a matter of fact, you know, the Bahamas need to begin, in my view, to sort out its parliament. Okay? Its parliament, in my view, is full of corrupt leaders. One could say homosexuals. One could say lesbianism and gangsters. And that is a direct result why there is a rebuke. There's a rebuke of the universe. There's a rebuke of God on Bahamaland. You see? And Bahamaland must, Mr. Aubrey, realize that it must put its state in order. You see, we say we are
A Christian nation.
Christian
A
nation.
religious nation.
But you see, the Bible says something different, you know. You see, the Bible says that I have never seen the righteous. You see, we may be religious, but we are not righteous. Because, like I'm saying, the Bible says, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, Mr. Aubrey, nor is seeds. And if you don't know what seeds mean, that mean from the grandfather to the father
That's the
to
offspring.
the child, the offspring begging for bread. Okay? And this is a true fact. Before I came here today, I had 5 instances of people begging me. So what's the direction of the Bahamas? Are we righteous? Are we Christian? Or are we a nation of beggars, Mr. Aubrey?
Well, we certainly promote ourselves as a Christian nation based on the Constitution. But to move on, what we are facing with right now is another crisis.
Yes, sir.
And you keep talking to me
They're gonna
about
come.
you keep talking to me about these pots that are boiling.
They're going to come
But
month after month.
one of the pots that boiled over, the lid came off on Sunday afternoon when the public dump was on fire and 600 residents of nearby Jubilee Gardens was forced to leave their homes. Some were brave enough and they defied the evacuation orders and they stayed. But God knows what their health situation will be like moving forward.
My heart, Mr. Aubrey, grieved for the persons who live in the immediate area of the city dump. You know, this may be a little bit off the wall, you know, but as a boy, okay, the city dump used to be on Blue Hill Road, you know.
I remember.
Right opposite Super Value.
Near
Okay.
to where the National Insurance
Where
Board is
National
right
Insurance is in the dump.
now. Right now.
Okay. And I think it was the late Ed Moxie, you know.
Yes.
The song said, who filled in the swamp
Yes.
and build in the dump. The Jumbe Village.
Bombay Village.
I can get in the Jumbe Village story,
no.
but it moved.
That's another show.
Yeah, it moved to,
Blue Hills.
it was called Howard Road.
Howard Road.
It's Tonic Darling
Darling
Highway.
Highway. now.
Okay.
Yes.
And about a decade after, you know, they started series of fires. Okay. And in my view, I could be wrong. I'm not too brilliant. I'm just a regular fella. Okay? I'm a car washer, a peanut salesman, whatever you want to call me. But there's one thing I know. Okay?
You're a former senator.
Yeah, I'm a former senator. That's former. That's past. Okay? But the situation that exists in the Bahamas today is real. And if you look at the residents of, and there are two areas in there, There's the area up by BFS. I don't remember the name.
Victoria Gardens.
Victoria Gardens.
Yes.
And then there is
Jubilee Gardens.
Jubilee Gardens.
And there are surrounding communities that are also being affected by smoke.
Those areas have been neglected for more than a decade. And if you all don't know what a decade is, it's more than 10 years. So successive governments have failed in their efforts to resolve the situation that now mushroom on Sunday.
Yes.
And we ain't seen nothing yet.
And the member of parliament who's been very active throughout Sunday and even up to today, Leslie Miller, the member of parliament for Tall Pines, he's now encouraging those people to raise eternal hell with the government, because he is saying that the government could spend millions of dollars on carnival. And what do they do with those people who were displaced as a result of the dump fire on Sunday?
Yeah, well, it seems, according to this picture I see here, this looks like a, what do you call them, patio chair where the choose the sun tanning?
That's exactly what it is, a patio chair. But that is a cot, they call it. A sleeping cot. Or
you're abusing the people. Okay? And you see, it has to come to this, It has to come to this for the Bahamian people to wake up, Miss Aubrey, to wake up and realize that all they have are a bunch of suckers sucking on the nation. And the only way that will stop is if the universe or the creator of the universe begin to punish the people. And that is why we are going from disaster to disaster from year to year in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And if we don't realize by now we have made a mistake, then we must be very, very ignorant people.
Well, listen to this. Members of the House of Assembly met earlier today, and they began debating what they're calling the Homeowners Protection Bill. And it is to work in tandem with the government's mortgage relief program to come to the aid of the thousands of Bahamians who are facing foreclosure in their homes.
Yes,
but you would recall that leading up to the 2012 general election, high on the campaign promises list was the PLP telling the people that we will help you to save your homes.
Yes, sir.
Thousands of Bahamians.
Just 5 years later.
But thousands of Bahamians are still facing the same reality today. They started one a couple of years ago, a mortgage relief program.
Yes,
I think they were able to help 10 at
maybe
most.
10 or 20.
10 at best of the thousands. Now we're being told that they have come up with a revamped mortgage relief program, working hand in hand with the clearing banks. I understand that there has been at least one company that has purchased the bad debts from some of the banks and are now managing those accounts.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, even though they are debating a homeowners protection bill right now, how can the people who are facing foreclosure get assistance?
We had, and going back to the fire, we had the 600 persons displaced. Okay, but everybody is forgetting, the same Bama that we're trying to hook up to. Everything laid off at Bama, Everybody has now forgotten to lay off at Sandals, You remember Sandals?
Well, like I say, my grandmother told me we take 9 days to talk about bad things or bad people. And after that, it's forgotten. And somebody told me Bahamians do not vote on issues.
Yeah, but I got to remind them.
They don't.
Everybody, Mr. Aubrey, already forget the Chinese, who was going to suck all the fish.
They vote parties.
All the Marines.
Yes.
Okay? And if you do not remind us, we don't forget. We conveniently forget. Conveniently, Mr. Aubrey. But it is my duty to remind the Bahamian people consistently, are you better off now than you were when you were talking about the roads all dig up? Are you not driving on highways to and fro that you fired the previous government for, and now you're reluctant for a prime minister who says to the Bahamian people, screw you? No, sir. No, sir. Can't be so.
Well, there's another issue. You were talking about cruise ships pulling out of the Bahamas. Well,
nobody believed me there.
There's one who's saying that they want to spend another $200 million on Coco Key.
Yeah.
The Royal Caribbean Cruise Limited.
That's the same cruise line that
they've
I'm talking about.
already signed a $200 million memorandum of understanding with the government of the Bahamas to bring to build their own little dock.
Yes, sir.
On the Key.
Yes, sir. But we ain't seen the whole story. Okay? The cruise ship industry is, in my view, suggesting that New Providence is not a safe place. Or you read about it. It's not a safe place for the guests of the accumulated number of murders,
crime
that happen in the Bahamas because and because of the escalated crime that is occurring in New Providence. That is why they are looking for a isolated
to bypass New Providence. You think they'll ever stop coming to Nassau?
Well, they may clear Nassau, okay, but they are looking for safety. But if we do not, and I believe we can, because to every problem there is a resolution.
And I'm being told that money solves all problems. So we're throwing money behind all of the problems.
Well,
are we getting the requisite or required results?
Not in my opinion.
The next thing is we have a warning to spring breakers. It's even beginning to feel like spring.
It's spring right now.
Spring.
In the next couple of weeks.
Well, the spring.
As a matter of fact, on Sunday the time changes.
The spring breakers are on their way, and the United States State Department is warning the spring breakers to be careful about jet ski operators in New Providence, issuing warnings to the students that when you come to New Providence, be careful about who you rent jet skis from or who you take rides from. What do you think about that?
Mr. Aubrey, Bahamas, we are failing to realize, that our nation is at a crisis. I don't care what nobody else say, We are in a crisis, okay? And if we don't correct the problem, it'll take God and all of his angels to come down in the Bahamas and resurrect it. Okay? I understand the United States position, okay? But we need to look at this scenario seriously, sir. Because we have gone beyond the situations in Jamaica now, we are almost comparable to Haiti, you know. Do you know we have hungry people in the Bahamas, as wealthy as the Bahamas is? Okay? But it is
The
my
Minister
view.
of Social Services has told us that Bahamians have no reason to go to bed hungry at night.
You see, that's where we went wrong, you know, Mr. Albright.
Yes.
Social service has created this crisis, you know. Okay? If you go back in the 50s and in the 60s, if a man wanted to eat, he earned his living. Okay? If a woman wanted to eat, she earned her living. Okay? We have a growing population because all everybody want to do is sex. And then when they sex, they go to the government or social services to fulfill their need, their light bill, their housing, their food. What has gone wrong in the
And if
Bahamas?
you continue to provide that safety net, what do you think is going to happen? They will continue to sex and to reproduce.
Yeah, but then they blame who? Whoever is the government in office? No, that cannot be right. And we have got to return back to the values of the Bible and to the values of the Bahamas
And that
in
is
the 50s and 60s.
By the sweat.
By the sweat of your brow shall you eat bread. If you don't want your brow to sweat, then I know how you can eat bread.
This is Straight Talk. I'm with Senator Derek Sims, and we're going to take our first break here this afternoon. But you can join in the conversation. Call us 326-0271. That's 326-0271 or 326-0272. 326-0272. Straight Talk is coming right back.
It's a new day. The 29th annual Bahamas Bridal Show, presented by Buttons Bridal and Formal Wear and 40 Wedding and Home Suppliers. Versatile Wines and Spirits, Personal Touch, Estee Lauder, Beyond the Decor, Eye Candy, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, Liquid Courage, Jewels by the Sea, Digital Cafe, Black Opal, and others. Enjoy food sampling, wedding demonstrations, fashion show, $30,000 in prizes, including honeymoon. That's 12 noon Sunday, April 2nd at Million Nassau Beach Hotel. Tickets $40 at Buttons and Cable Beach. It's a new day at the Bahamas Bridal Show.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. Pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again! For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special!
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included!
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Southern Shores, you deserve better, and better is coming soon. Team Campbell has mobilized and is ready to restore a clean environment free from illegal dumping, dredging, and unkept streets. Team Campbell will restore the spirit of community, where law enforcement and residents will work hand in hand to ensure safety and security. Your highways will be fixed so that motorists can move around quickly quickly while also ensuring the safety of your pedestrians. Southern Shores, those of you who have not already done so, rush down to the Carmichael Road Post Office or Garvin Times Primary School and get registered. Yes, registered to vote for Sarge. You know him as 40. And whenever the bell rings, vote Frankie Campbell, Free National Movement.
Hello, my name is Frankie Campbell, and I approve this message.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166, West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Give me some straight talk, and hold the sugar.
We welcome you back to Straight Talk on Global 99.5 FM. I'm Martin Aubrey, along with Senator Derek Sims, and we are talking about a couple of things here this afternoon. The Free National Movement's ratification of its final 5 candidates. Fashion designer Peter Nygaard has been found guilty.
He's been found guilty.
Contempt of court for breaching a 2013 court injunction against illegal dredging at his Lyford Key estate. Nygaard was fined $50,000 to be paid by March 21st. Failing to do so, he would spend 14 days in prison. I believe that they have confirmed that they have already paid $50,000, so that cancels the jail time. But the judge, Justice Rhonda Bain, was also given the 74-year-old Peter Nygaard till April 7th to remove the excavated sand and return it to Jaws Beach. And if he fails to do so, he'll be charged $1,000 per day if the order is not carried out. And Save the Bay's environmental group, the environmentalists, they were asking that he be given a sentence. They wanted to see Mr. Nygaard behind bars.
That's where he should be.
Because of his behavior during the court proceedings.
Yes.
Well, Nygaard team, they are saying that they respectfully disagree with the judge's ruling and that they plan to appeal the decision. And as I said, they already paid the $50,000 before the March 21st deadline. They are contending, Senator Sims, that the removal and stockpiling of sand from Nygaard Key at the marina was carried out in good faith in full accordance with the conditions of a government-issued permit, and that the permit was issued after the injunction was in place, and they plan to appeal the order to remove the sand back to Jaws Beach. But Mr. Nygaard and his people are saying that they had approvals from the government to do what they were doing. And we also see that the prime minister, who was the minister responsible for the lands and public lands and crown land and all that, he was one of the persons who was being called upon to appear in one of these cases involving Mr. Peter Nygaard. And the prime minister himself was trying to get the judge to recuse herself from the case. But he, right honorable prime minister, has also failed in his attempt to have the justice removed from the case.
Well, you know, Mr. Albright, we seem to operate like a kangaroo circus, a kangaroo court, where if the prime minister wishes something to be what it is not, then all efforts should be made to see that it is what the prime minister wishes it to be. But if we are to be a democracy, if we are to be a rule of law, it is my view, only my view, and I tell you, I do right, that the rule of law is the rule of the land, not the rule of the prime minister, sir. And while I talking about that, I'm in Foxhole last week too, you know, the foreign affairs minister had the audacity, you know, to call somebody an ass. Then I asked the Bahamian people, what is wrong with these asses that we elect to parliament? You see, because they ain't going there by themselves, you know. We, the Bahamian people, put these bunch of asses in parliament to act like nincompoops. And we must straighten it out. Nobody else can do it for us, sir. Do we need some more catastrophes? I don't think so, sir.
What other pots do you see on the back burner?
I ain't gonna tell you, boy, but plenty more pots boiling.
That are boiling over.
And every month, this is March?
You will tell me about them once the lid come off.
Yes, sir, this is March.
I
By the end of March, there will be 3 more pots lids
I want to know
coming off in the
when
Bahamas.
it is going to reach the boiling point.
They can reach the boiling point in April, May, sir. And the Bahamian people are commanded to react.
Let's take you back to Jubilee Gardens, New Providence landfill, surrounding communities on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Those people, either before they left to go to church or when they returned from church,
Yes, sir.
preparing to have lunch,
Yes, sir.
saw a massive cloud of smoke heading in their direction,
Yes, sir.
coming from the New Providence landfill, and fire burning all around them.
That they've seen many times.
Who is to blame for what took place?
See, the government.
The New Providence landfill.
The government.
Who's to take blame for
The
that?
government of the Bahamas is directly or indirectly responsible. And whatever the situation is now in Jubilee Gardens, if the government has money for a carnival to party next month, then the government ought to have money to restore, not to paint, to restore the communities of Jubilee Gardens and the other communities that are affected. You can't have money to party, then when it comes to your people,
When
you have no compassion.
when you talk about restoration, after a massive fire where smoke as black as tar is entering into your home, and now in this case multiple homes,
Yes, sir.
what do you determine that those people, when they open their doors and go back into their houses, what will they find?
Smoke infested. You see, that's why I'm saying to you, the government can't talk about paint your house. the government needs to replace all the furniture in there, all the curtains, all practically all of the people's belongings. It's gone. If you could not inhabit your place for almost 14 days, what do you think, Mr. Aubrey?
I imagine
it's
that-
only common.
I imagine that some might say many of those same persons that we're talking about have mortgages at banking institutions. And based on where they are located, their homes are devalued.
Yes, sir.
But the mortgage man
He still wants his
is
money.
not concerned about those
No,
things.
he wants his money.
He wants to be paid.
Yes, sir.
But they have not been home for 14 days.
But that's what I'm saying. The
Who?
government, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas government, which is now administrated by the Progressive Liberal Party. Okay, I know we like to point fingers at the previous government, but now,
Well,
now,
the F&M leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis, has come out and say that he has no problems saying this, that both the Free National Movement government and the Progressive Liberal Party are responsible for the condition of the New Providence landfill, that both governments did absolutely nothing to remediate the problems that they were experiencing in the management of that landfill.
because we don't act unless there is a crisis. The smoke clears off, and man, I'm almost 80% sure ain't nothing will happen for Jubilee Gardens unless the people continue to rebel, unless the people continue to demand.
Well, I can guarantee you that based on the efforts of Mr. Leslie Miller in that constituency, in talking to those people and assisting them with all manner of things that he was doing while they were in the midst of the billowing smoke, guaranteed many of them will support the Progressive Liberal Party in the next general election.
Well, you see, if they want to be flam, okay, the member of parliament for that area has been the member of parliament for almost 25 years, okay? And the initiative that he put forth after the fire, if he had put that initiative forth on a daily basis, then the persons of those communities would not be faced with the difficulties they have today. See, don't tell me what you say. Show me what you did. It's what the Bahamian people need to come to the realization of, Mr. Aubrey. Don't talk to me. Show me. Show me what you did 10, 15 years ago. And if you did something, then why are we having these results today? Talk is cheap. You got to understand, Mr. Aubrey, money by land. Those persons have 25 and 30-year mortgages they have been paying.
Well, in the interim, the Member of Parliament for Tall Pines, Mr. Leslie Miller, is telling the government, similar to that, if you could deal with Carnival, deal with the people who are now in distress. And he said yesterday, the residents of Jubilee Gardens who have been displaced due to Sunday's fire at the city dump cannot live in the conditions the government has provided for them at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. He's urging the government to find better accommodations for the residents and put them in hotels until they're able to return to their homes.
Hear me, Bahamas. Bahamas, please hear me. In less than 90 days' time, every member of parliament becomes, what's that word? absolute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they need
Obsolete.
you, obsolete,
Obsolete.
and they need you to recommend that they become employed. And so there will be all sorts of promises, Mr. Aubrey. But I asked the Bahamian, I asked the Bahama nation, okay, are you Palm Sunday? Are the members of parliament the Christ and you the ass that it writes? It is time, Bahamas, to wake up. Wake up and realize that the controllers of the destination of the future of the Bahamas and the liberation of this nation is you, not your member of parliament, not your prime minister, not your deputy prime minister. You are the ones who give them those portfolios.
Well, we are certainly hoping that the people who were displaced in Jubilee Gardens will find the assistance that they need from the government of the Bahamas and the people of the Bahamas to come to their aid and to assist them in getting back to normal, because the position that they find themselves in today is not of their making.
But Mr. Aubrey, nothing, absolutely nothing would happen 90 days from now if those people return the Progressive Liberal Party back to the governance of this country. And it is a fact of the matter that we must all realize it has been in excess, okay, in excess of 40 months that this government has been responsible for the affair excuses and alibis as to why it has not been able to effectively Commonwealth of the Bahamas. May I remind the Bahamian people that in 2007, 2027, the last general elections, the present government said to this nation, man, the government of that day got too much murders. We have a solution. And forthwith, as we are elected your government, we will present our programs to alleviate the nuisance of crime and murder in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, what is the result? Is it less or is it more? So did they do what they promised or not? I believe it is more. So they have failed. They have deceived you, and they continue to deceive you, Mr. Aubrey.
Well, I'm going to take you back to some politics this afternoon, and once again to deal with the Democratic National Alliance and the Free National Movement.
Yes, sir.
At one time, over the last several months or more, we've been hearing from very many people about the importance of the opposition parties coming together, that they should unite and come as a force to challenge the Progressive Liberal Party. Otherwise, if they come alone or splitted groups, their chances will be null and void. They cannot do it alone. This is what we've been told. Now, we also been told, finally, somebody has come out and give us the numbers about the arrangement that a DNA and a Free National Movement party or parties were putting together.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the DNA, Dr. Hubert Minnis tells us, through their leader, Branwell McCartney, wanted 16 unopposed seats. Would that have destroyed the Free National Movement? Had he and his party agreed to that kind of arrangement?
I'm not too familiar with Brandon McCartney.
Yes.
He came after my political activity. But my view, okay, is that he's not focused, okay, as he should be. He has had in excess of half a decade, to put the Democratic National Alliance in order. Okay? I have been saying, all this year that there are no constituencies in the Bahamas that have 100 active participants in their constituency. Mr. McCartney has failed to organize from the ground up. But his demands are outrageous. In my view, what is he bringing to the table? We're to the dinner table.
Yes.
All right? We're having dinner.
He's bringing 5 years. He's bringing 5 years of representation as the member of parliament for Bamboo Town.
Yeah, but in the last 5 years, he has not been the member of parliament for Bamboo Town. And so all he's putting on the table, okay, is the 5 years that he represented the Bamboo Town constituency underneath the auspices of the Free National Movement and Hubert Alexander Ingram,
And he didn't go a full term under the FNM.
No, sir. You see, because in my view, and I could be wrong, he's too much of a show-off. He's too much of a pretty boy. Okay? And pretty boys can't do anything else, in my view, than pregnate your daughters and leave them. You want that to happen to the Bahamas?
Is that what you are suggesting could possibly have happened to the Free National Movement?
Yeah,
had they gone with that arrangement?
It's a good thing they didn't. But I say to you, and I say to Bahamas, okay, that in 90 days' time, all of these so-called leaders, see, everybody only want lead, Ain't nobody want follow. All these so-called leaders you see today, you ain't gonna see them no more, The Bahamas been in this predicament before, Go back to the PLP days, you had, boy, there's something, mate. Overton Crest, who was your former Governor General, okay? You had other folks, who was your former Governor General. You had Spurgeon Bettel. You had, and my mind is not too professional,
right.
But you had numerous of opposition organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they today? How active are they today, or have they all disintegrated, sir? And I guarantee you that Mr. McCartney, after this election, will have difficulty keeping his organization alive for the next 5 years.
What do you think, Senator Sims, about the return of the former Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Brent Simonet, back in frontline politics? Do you know Mr. Brent Simonet? What do you think of his return to frontline politics? He's coming back. He is back. He is the FNM's ratified candidate in St. Anne's. Can Brent Simonet be a major player in the Free National Movement once again?
Maybe, but I have a caution to Mr. Simonet, You have to be careful how you proceed, you see, because the Bahamas, as a nation, has not forgotten, the airport, the Lynden Pinland International Airport, okay, where you awarded your company a contract, You see, everybody wants to suck on these this pig, whether they're black or whether they're white. Okay? And the time for that, Mr. Aubrey passed. I welcome Mr. Simmons back. But I say to him, the road that the Bahamas is on now, sir, is a very, very narrow strip.
And it's different.
A broad
It is
highway,
different.
And it is different. It is a different makeup of people who will be watching, okay, who are actively involved on social media. And you have got to be careful. I understand your father was the
Premier,
first premier,
former premier.
the first premier of the Bahamas.
Oh,
So we
yes.
don't talk about it, you know.
No.
We try to rewrite history for our liking. So we just say
Mr.
first prime minister.
And Mr. Simmons has made it no secret that he has the ambition of one day being a leader of the Free National Movement and maybe even a prime minister
But I want to
of
say
the
to him,
Bahamas.
leave the Bahamian people money alone. You got enough. Now, if you come to help, go to work. If you come to help, go to work. Not for your companies, for the Bahamian people. And that's my 5 cents.
And thank you for your 5 cents. We're going to take our second break here on Straight Talk this afternoon. In my special guest this afternoon, Senator Derek Sims. I'm Martin Aubrey, and we expect to have Bishop Colley back with us when you return next week, Wednesday, God willing. And Straight Talk will come back.
Next
Right.
week, Wednesday, all the
Yes.
smoke can be
Right.
gone.
After
But
this
another
break.
eruption with a car.
Another pop will have the lid
Yes, sir.
flying off.
Yes, sir.
I will wait to see which one it is. Straight Talk, coming back in a moment.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies. LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction. Southern Shores, you deserve better, and better is coming soon. Team Campbell has mobilized and is ready to restore a clean environment, free from illegal dumping, dredging, and unkept streets. Team Campbell will restore the spirit of community, where law enforcement and residents will work hand in hand to ensure safety and security. Your highways will be fixed so that motorists can move around quickly, while also ensuring the safety of your pedestrians. Southern Shores, those of you who have not already done so, rush down to the Carmichael Road Post Office or Garvin Times Primary School and get registered. Yes, registered to vote for Sarge. You know him as 40. And whenever the bell rings, vote Frankie Campbell, Free National Movement.
Hello, my name is Frankie Campbell, and I approve this message.
It's a new day. the 29th Annual Bahamas Bridal Show, presented by Buttons Bridal and Informal Wear and 40 Wedding and Home Suppliers, Bristol Wines and Spirits, Personal Touch, Estee Lauder, Beyond the Decor, Eye Candy, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, Liquid Courage, Jewels by the Sea, Digital Cafe, Black Opal, and others. Enjoy food sampling, wedding demonstrations, fashion show, $30,000 in prizes, including honeymoon. That's 12 noon Sunday, April 2nd at Malia Nassau Beach Hotel. Tickets $40 at Buttons and Cable Beach. It's a new day at the Bahamas Bridal Show.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Back to Straight Talk right here on Global 99.5 FM. I'm Martin Aubrey, along with my special guest this afternoon, Senator Derek Sims. And you can contact us this afternoon if you would wish to participate in the show. 326-0271, 326-0271, or 326-0272, 326-0272. And we have already told you about the Free National Movement naming its final 5 candidates last night. They have been ratified. And that means that the FNM has closed the gate on any other arrangement with any other opposition forces. So, Senator, where does that leave Bramwell McCartney and the DNA and Loretta Butler Turner and her group in this scenario?
Exactly where all selfish people should be. I have a publication of The Guardian on Thursday, February 23rd, and I want to make a quote. Speaking to the media outside Parliament, Butler Turner said, "I think it's important that Bahamians have 2 clear choices, okay? And that is a unified opposition and the government. It's important that we try to work towards unifying
the opposition
forces."
So what is left for her to unify now are the others outside of the Free National Movement. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Kevin, my friend today.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know, I didn't want to call you yesterday, but I didn't want to change that guy who we had on yesterday's conversation.
All right.
But what I want to say to you today, Brandon McCarthy needs to leave minister alone now, you know? You know, he's just going to get what a duck gets. He can't go nowhere, you know?
Okay.
He just got to leave minister alone now. Minister not what he wanted, you know? And I'm so happy for Brother Warren, you know? He's a good guy. And the other young guy, I can't remember his name, you know?
Shannon Dawn Cartwright.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent little young man, you know?
All right. Well, as we said, the door has now been shut
I see
for
that.
any other arrangements with any other political parties, especially those in opposition. So, Brian McCartney and the others will have to move on or move elsewhere.
And don't worry about Loretta Butler. Leave her alone, man. She by herself, leave her alone.
Well, you can say that, but I'm not certain that a lot of people are hearing you.
Yeah, but that's too bad, too sad.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
But it's in my
We're being told let's leave Loretta Butler Turner alone. Can we?
no. You see, Loretta Butler Turner, in her eagerness, okay, or in her rights, okay, or in her entitlement. Yes, she made history, okay, but almost to the complete destabilization of the Free National Movement. Yes, she became the first female leader of the opposition of the country. And that's history. But by the same token, Bahamas, by the same token, Mr. Aubrey,
yes,
she will become history.
Listen,
go ahead.
Listen for this for just one moment
Go
now.
ahead, sir.
Loretta Butler Turner has just told us today that she is a woman and that women in this country are looking for more. Today just happens to be International Women's Day.
Yes, sir.
And last night at a ceremony, I think they honored several women, including
the Prime Minister of Jamaica
former
was here.
Prime Minister of Jamaica,
Yes.
Portia Simpson Miller, Dame Calliope Perletta Luisi, the Governor General of St. Lucia,
Yes, sir.
the Governor General of Grenada, Dame Cecile La Grenade,
Yes, sir.
along with Dame Margaret Pinning. They were honored. 3 leading Caribbean women by celebrating Women International at a special presentation and reception at Government House last evening. And Loretta Butler Turner is telling us today that today is International Women's Day. And women in the Bahamas and around the world have the rights to be seeking more.
Yes, sir.
And men should not be calling them names that rhyme with rich and other derogatory names because they are ambitious and they are seeking to get on top like a man. That's what she tells us.
Lord,
That's what she told us. I had to tell you that.
You see, but in my view, you have to realize, okay, that those women who may have rise to national prominence, it happened over a period of time, okay? They went through the process, okay? You are, in my view, denying process in your eagerness or in your entitlement because you are the former first Governor General's grandchild. You think you have more right than my child, who is also a female child. Okay? And in your quest to establish history, you were successful. You are the first female leader of the opposition in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You achieved that goal, but you achieved that goal to the detriment of yourself. You will never, ever rise politically again.
Another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Yeah, Mr. Aubrey and your guest. Let me say, Mr. Warren Miller, you know if he's still at ZNS or that's it for him for ZNS?
Well, all I can tell you this afternoon, and you be the judge after I tell you this. Mr. Vaughn Miller is now the ratified candidate.
I know that.
Well, then tell me what else you think you know. Do you think he's still on the air at ZNS?
I heard him this morning. I know this morning was his laugh.
You think it might have been a recording?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, I really can't answer your question. That's why I'm asking you to think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I understand.
But he's now the candidate for the FNM. And he is a good example of persons who vie or try to get one seat and fail and do not grumble or cuss out your party. Even though some were saying that they pulled the wool over his eyes or from under his feet in Saudi Lustra, he's now in Golden Isles.
But caller, in my view, you know, the appropriate person that will be able to answer that. Who's the chairman of ZNS?
The chairman is now Mr. Willie Thompson.
The Reverend Dr. William
Thompson.
Okay, who's on a payroll? You see, we got too much reverence on payroll.
He's the executive chairman of
in this
ZNS.
country. All right, he's the one who can answer.
Caller, you still there?
That if Warren Miller is still a part of
Caller,
ZNS.
are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right. You should try that. Give ZNS a call and confirm it.
Soon as I hang up for you, I'll do that.
And call me back. Tell me what else is on your mind this afternoon.
Well, the only thing on my mind, I think the FNM going to take this.
All right.
That's what I see.
When
That's
do you think the Prime Minister is going to set the date?
Ain't long now. I don't.
You're
think.
quite
Ain't long
right.
now.
You're quite right. Even if it goes till August, it ain't long now.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. Were you at the FNM headquarters last night?
No, I didn't make it. I wanted to go, but I didn't make it. I had some other arrangements.
Okay. All right. Well, nice to hear from you.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Yes, you were talking, Senator, about the person who gets it is usually the person who supposed to get it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
You think so?
Yes, sir.
There's no way that somebody could get it and some other things took place to push somebody else out?
No, you see, if you look at the bigger picture, okay, in my view, the universe unfolds how it should, okay? If I die today, that's the day I'm supposed to die.
I believe that.
Okay? And so all other sequences of occurrences occur because it is the appropriate
way
time
to play out
for it to occur.
But
That's my view.
In my estimation, Vaughn Miller, in all of his attempts and efforts, was recognized as the shoe-in by many
In Saudi Lustra.
to be the next candidate for the FNM in South Lustra.
Yeah, you know, but God works in mysterious ways. You know.
And lo and behold, Hank Johnson got it.
Yes, sir.
And days later, Kenyatta Gibson said he didn't want Golden Isles anymore.
There you are. You see, and Bahamas need to remember, you know, that because they would probably say, what does a reverend gentleman have to do with politics? You see, but Bahamas need to be reminded, you know, that way back in the 60s, there was a gentleman named Carlton Francis, you know.
I remember him
Okay.
very well.
Okay. There was, in addition to him, there was a gentleman from the Anglican Diocese, I think it was 82,
Roberts,
Turnquest.
Turnquest.
No, Arlington Turnquest.
Arlington, yes.
In the 90s, there was a fellow of Blue Hill Road, you know, Mount Calvary Baptist Church. What's the pastor name now?
Philip
McPhee?
Philip McPhee.
Yeah, so this is no strange coincidence. As a matter of fact, if you go back biblically, you can go back to Moses and who was his spokesman? Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. And if those who are responsible for the religious affairs of this nation allow the politicians to be the sole government or governor of this nation, what else do you expect other than the catastrophes that we are witnessing today?
There are some who say, and they are adamant about it, that religious leaders should stay in the pulpit, stay in the church.
That's those of selfish benefit.
Do not get yourselves involved with politics.
No, I believe Parliament should be back with them.
Politics is a dirty game, they say.
No, they're only those who are dirty that makes the game dirty. Let me repeat it. They are only those who are dirty that makes the game dirty, not the politics. The politics, sir, is the representation of the will of the people. You are there, Mr. Aubrey, to represent your constituency, not your political party.
There's another call on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Hey, I respect Mr. Sims. Mr. Sims don't play. I respect him. Martin, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Everything good. Thank God for Jesus. First of all, I want to commend the F&M Free National Movement for bringing Brother Vaughn T. Miller there. He's a good man. Good man. Wake me up every morning 5 o'clock.
Amen.
I can miss Brother Vaughn, but I can tell you this. I don't play party politics. That's one of the best persons for the job right there in that consistency and the House of Assembly. A vocal person, a voiceless person, a person who ain't gonna play. Now, Mr. Sims.
Well,
yes,
before you go on,
yes,
Mr. Vaughn Miller is the candidate for the Free National Movement in Golden Isles.
Yes.
Mr. Kenyatta Gibson pulled out, and the current member of Parliament, Michael Alcides, is saying whoever is sent or come in Golden Isles wouldn't make a difference. He will win it again.
I heard that in 2007 too. It's 2017, it's 10 years later. What goes around comes around. And I want you to listen to me carefully. In 2002, Mr. Sims.
Yes, sir.
When Mr. Ingram came back, the PLP pushed for Bernard Norwich to come back. They played a Christian song, Take Me Back, Take Me Back. I remember the Christian song where they bring in Dr. B.J. Norwich.
Yes, sir.
The person was supposed to get ratified for that constituency grandson being done.
Yes, sir, I recall that.
Mr. Christie went on the pulpit and said that he no longer, he wasn't into people in the cloth. But Mother Pratt was in the cloth. So he talked double talk. Okay? Mr. Christie talked double talk, and I'll never forget this. I hope C.B. Moss, listening, we could call in and express himself. Because persons like my good friend Bradley Robert was a part of talking to C.B. Moss and telling C.B. Moss to back off and let B.J. Norwich run. And I remember it was dumb, silly words with Mr. Christie mode with people in the cloth. And I think it was a double talk then when persons was calling Mother Pratt Reverend Dr. Cynthia Mother Pratt, and he put her there. If you remember, because she gone in 97.
Yes, sir.
Right? You remember, Mr. Sims?
Yes.
So it was double talk when he talk about pastors where he don't like C.B. Moss and he couldn't stand C.B. Moss. That's why he put B.J. Norris in guns and being done. And C.B. Moss would have win it as a F&M or PLP.
Yes, sir.
But the double talk and the double standard of Mr. Christie, that's why I don't play with Mr. Christie today. Mr. Christie is talk too much. Okay? You can't talk too much and then you want to ratify and do what you want to do with other candidates, and because you don't like a person, you can make him a senator and say, you're supposed to make him a minister of religion and never did it. If you remember Mr. Christie, see, I don't forget, you know. Don't forget 2002, before the election, he said he's going to make a ministry of religion, and he was going to put Dr. C.B. Moss there. And he never did it. And Mr. Christie do not reshuffle his cabinet.
He has not
The same person, Mr. Sims, who was there in 2002, are there today.
Yes, sir.
And we always talk about young persons in the party. I don't see too much young persons achieving goals like that in the PLP. I mean, I know Ken Dawson young. He was favoritized by Brave Davis. Some cousins, some relatives, that's why they probably put him there as the minister because of Brave.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Sims, I have a problem when persons call talk shows and on the street say that we need more young people. I don't agree with that. One of the reasons, Martin, I don't agree with that is this. We get young guys in the PLP and the F&M now in the House of Assembly, and they don't weigh nothing.
Yes, sir.
So you got to be careful, Mr. Sims, when we jump up and down and talk about young people. The people might want Brian McCartney a handful of people.
Yes,
but
sir.
most people ain't on Brian McCartney run. And I sense election for a little while now. And as bad as they talk about Minnis, as bad as they pull down Minnis, as bad as they do Dr. Minnis right now is in the driver's seat. Persons could call in and lambaste me and beat me, but I ain't stupid. I be on the PLP and the F&M. I know what time it is. You don't mess on Valentine, call it peanut butter. Mr. Sims, let me tell you something. The same election right here. The same election right here is one of the criticalest elections in the history of the Bahamas. I could be wrong. I think it's going to be a lot of nationality. I think a lot of people who expect persons to win, they're going to fall right down on their face.
I tell them get pompous, plenty of them going to be amazed.
I agree now. These third parties and things were coming up. They can get 1 or 2 votes, a few votes. But I still believe at the end of the day, the two parties with debate, F&M and PLP.
All right.
It could be one of them, Martin,
Yes.
who could be victorious. And I can kill it with this, Martin, and I go on. Mr. Sims.
Yes, sir.
I heard you say something about Brent Simonet.
Yes, sir.
And I respect you a whole lot. You know why? He was an F&M, you was an F&M, and you don't play party politics, and you let the people know just what time it is, because you right. The minute Brent stepped out on the talk show or convention floor or wherever, the people could grill him with that same contract given. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Well, the caller, let's say that Dr. Hubert Minnis, the leader of the Free National Movement, when all that was said and done about him in the months leading up to last night, that he is in the driver's seat.
Well,
what do you gather?
He has stood the test of time. Okay. He has ride out the wave. Okay. He has been as steady and as dedicated to the cause of the Bahamian public as you could want a servant to be, in my view. I could be wrong. Okay. Now, when we look at the Prime Minister we have today. See, ain't nobody want to talk about Prime Minister, all right? But the Prime Minister, in my view, has been the most irresponsible Prime Minister the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has ever had. And they have only had 3, okay? And there's a story about the 3 of them, One was drug-tinted, okay? One thought he knew everything about anything, okay? And this one here, too lazy to do anything.
Let's take this next call. Good afternoon, caller. This is Straight Talk.
Good afternoon again, sir.
Yes,
this
sir.
is me again calling. I did try to contact ZNS. I contact ZNS, right? And they put me on the human resources, and the answer machine come on,
Okay.
and they left a message. First they put me to one other section.
Well, next time you call, ask for the chairman or the general manager. See if they can answer your question.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
You see, and so the Bahamas, in my view now, has to make a decision. It has had 3 lawyers. Okay? One became drug tenant. The Commission of Inquiry could provide you all the information. Go get it if you doubt me. Okay? One became too forceful. Okay? And this one is too lazy. All he want to do is dance and talk. He believed that you could talk away. But I say to him, as I have always said, don't tell me, show me. Show me what you can do, Mr. Prime Minister.
Well, the Prime Minister in the last general election, after the victory, told us that he had a group of new generation leaders and that they were the bridge to the future. Well, we are now in the future from 2012 to 2017. That's futuristic.
Yeah, but we are in the future.
Yes, from 2012 to 2017. When you look from 2012 and you heading to 17, you're heading to the future.
Yes, sir.
What has been the reality about these new generation leaders?
The reality is that they have all been deceived. Okay? And they are, in my view, a bunch of wimps. Nobody other than who was the candidate for the PLP leadership?
Alfred Sears.
Which to me was staged. Just so Christie could get a winning wicket. Okay? No one other than Alfred Sears dared to challenge the leader, who said to the PLP, who said to the nation, okay, I will bridge you to the future. I will take you to 2.5 to 3 years. After that, what we were supposed to do?
Transition.
To the next generation.
Transition.
But when we come to 207 at age 73, I decide, man, I ain't going nowhere. If you all want me to go somewhere, you all beat me. Okay? So now, the PLP has presented to the Bahamian people, a prime minister who, in my view, ain't functional. Okay? Who forget what he want to say sometime. To lead us, if he's 73 to 78, my.
We're also being told, Senator Sims, that the millennials, the young people, those who are, some of them, voting for the very first time, and others who will be voting maybe a second time, will be the determinant group in the next general election. They will be the ones to make the determination as to who will win the next general election. What do you think about the young people voting in the next election?
Well, the cost of the nation is with the youth, for it is the future. It is where the leaders, it is where the resources of tomorrow are today. Okay? We are voting for those who are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 today. For the next election, they will all be 18.
All right, we're going to take our final break here on Straight Talk this afternoon, but the phones are ringing, and you can continue to call us 326-0271, 326-0271, or 326-0272, 326-0272, and we will accommodate you right after this break on Straight Talk.
It's a new day. The 29th Annual Bahamas Bridal Show, presented by Buttons Bridal and Formal Wear and 40 Wedding and Home Suppliers, Bristol Wines and Spirits, Personal Touch, Estee Lauder, Beyond the Decor, Eye Candy, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, Liquid Courage, Jewels by the Sea, Digital Cafe, Black Opal, and others. Enjoy food sampling, wedding demonstrations, fashion show, $30,000 in prizes, including honeymoon. That's 12 noon Sunday, April 2nd at Malia Nassau Beach Hotel. Tickets $40 at Buttons and Cable Beach. It's a new day at the Bahamas Bridal Show.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
Extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, VAT included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Southern Shores, you deserve better, and better is coming soon. Team Campbell has mobilized and is ready to restore a clean environment, free from illegal dumping, dredging, and unkept streets. Team Campbell will restore the spirit of community, where law enforcement and residents will work hand in hand to ensure safety and security. Your highways will be fixed so that motorists can move around quickly, while also ensuring the safety of your pedestrians. Southern Shores, those of you who have not already done so, rush down to the Carmichael Road Post Office or Garvin Times Primary School and get registered. Yes, register to vote for Sarge. You know him as 40. And whenever the bell rings, vote Frankie Campbell, Free National Movement.
Hello, my name is Frankie Campbell, and I approve this message.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanut!
straight talk, and hold your sugar, please. Straight talk, sounds plenty sweet to me. Now talk to me and say
The Straight Talk, final half hour here on the show on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Martin Aubrey, along with Senator Derek Sims. And Senator Sims, you were talking to me earlier about the role the young people will play in determining the winner of this next general election. And we also have some young people trying to become leader, prime minister of this country, just like Sir Lyndon Pinling did it when he was much younger. Hubert Ingram did it. And Perry Christie, well, he was a little older than all of the rest of them.
Yes, sir.
But there are young people trying to become in charge of this country one way or the other.
Yes,
Before we go there, let's take this next caller. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Very well, sir.
Good. Just for some information.
Can't hear you clearly, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead now.
Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Just for a bit of information for the gentleman who called earlier, wanting to know if Minister Vaughn Miller is no longer at ZNS. He is our candidate here in the Golden Isles constituency, and as of yesterday, he has resigned from ZNS.
Thank you very much,
Today
sir.
was his last day
Okay.
at ZNS, and as of today, he is officially the new ratified candidate for the Free National Movement and the great constituency of Golden Isles. It's Miller time here in Golden Isles.
Well, we congratulate him and we let him know that our forum is available to him. Should he choose.
Martin and Bishop Colley know that I will see to it that he will be on your show in short order.
Thank you very much.
And Martin know exactly who this is.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a good day.
You too. Another caller on the line. Good afternoon. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Good afternoon, Martin.
How are you today?
Thank God for life issues. Mr. Sims, how are you doing today?
Very healthy, thank God.
For real. Mr. Sims, one of the things you all talk about when you first start is talking about, I think Martin said something about what was reported in the news. I don't know if the judges, Ms. Rhonda Bean, the case with the, with the night guard.
It's Rhonda Bay.
Yes.
Yeah. What I wanted to know is they appealing the case, right? And who was the lawyers, Martin? You say they. Who was the lawyers?
Well,
Elliot Lockhart, and I don't remember who the junior counsel
and
is.
Mia Moxie.
Who?
Mia Moxie.
And the Queen's Counsel, Elliot Lockhart?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you say they appealing the case. The ruling says
They're
that you
appealing
had
the
to pay
ruling.
a certain amount of money, and you said it was paid for Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
Also, help me to understand. The ruling also said you must pay like what, $1,000 a day or something like that.
And put the sign back
To put
where
the
you
sign
got it
back
from.
to Jaws Beach.
And that is what they are appealing.
Which one?
Put the sign back where you get it from. They're
So
appealing
in the
that.
meantime, the ruling said you still must pay $1,000 a day, right? And then the
Yes,
sign
yes,
get back,
yes,
right?
yes.
If it is not completed by the deadline.
By the deadline. Oh, so the day after the deadline.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they'll start.
Charging him $1,000 a day.
Okay, now I understand.
So that's what they're appealing.
Okay, right now I understand. Tell me something, Mr. Sims. I hear you talk about 73 years old. I think you were talking about Mr. Christie, and if he
Yes, sir.
70.
Yes, sir. I said if he is 73, I'm not familiar with Mr. Christie's age.
Okay. I think Donald Trump must be but 70. If he's two terms, he'll be but 78. I think Donald Trump ain't one of the smartest man in the world, but a businessman, maybe one of the best. And plus, what he don't understand, he get the people and get consultants to come in and do things. I think Mr. Christie does the same thing. 73, I think as long as their brain's still working, Mr. Sims, as old as you might get, if your brain's still working, I think no one should hamper you because of your age. And if you, especially if you doing the part with trying to train some younger people to be just as good as you or better. The Queen of England, she but what, 90 or 89?
I think, you know,
we're going with this with the numbers compared to the prime ministers.
This is a different
the
situation, in my
Queen
view.
is not elected.
The person waiting, because sometimes you'll get someone like 44, 48.
Okay.
They would disappoint us. You understand? So as long as your brain working and you have vision for the country, I don't have a problem with supporting them. Mr. Sims.
Yes, sir.
The situation. What do you say? We say this woman's supposed to be retiring soon. I hear them say they're appealing something. Should we expect a different ruling and fast tracking after she retire? I hear you, Mr. Sims, talk about the three prime ministers we had so far.
Yes, sir.
And I hear what you had to say.
Yes, sir.
What I want to ask, right? I hear what you say about commission and inquiry, and I know it's our job to go and check it out and find out rather than just listening to what somebody say.
Yes, sir.
But when you say drug tinted, right? It sounds like it's more than what some of us just think. Like when we hear people talk about the former prime minister,
yes, sir.
Say, well, he wasn't aware of certain things. But when you say drug tinted, that meaning like you and are you? Because you plain speaking, Mr. Sims, are you saying that he was involved with it?
I said he benefited from it.
Tell me if the commission inquiry brought him guilty to say he was.
I said he benefited from it, sir. And I advise persons to go and get the Commission of Inquiry report so they could understand it.
Yeah, but you understand?
He benefited from it, sir.
Mr. Sims?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I was saying I didn't have the opportunity to check it out, right? And
Well, it's still available, sir.
I know, but I saying you
So please check it out.
Everything right now, right? And I respect everything you have to say. It's just that when you certain words we use in life, sometimes we use a broad brush, and maybe we need.
No, I don't use a broad brush, sir.
I don't think you should.
I gave the descriptions. Hold on, sir. I gave you the descriptions of my view of the three prime ministers.
Yes,
okay, that administrated the affairs of the Bahamas. That is my view. Your view could be different, sir. Now, I don't have to explain, in my view to you.
If you saying the former prime minister was mixed up in drugs,
go get the Commission of Inquiry, sir.
The Commission inquiry reached to the point.
Go get the Commission of Inquiry, sir, and read it. Bishop Blasio Gomez also gave a minority report. Go get the Commission of Inquiry and read it.
Caller, do you have another point you want to raise with us this afternoon?
Any other thing you want to ask me?
Martin, is he saying that Sir Lyndon was mixed up in drugs?
Well, he is saying that you can find out anything you need to know about Sir Lyndon Pinling and his involvement, whatever.
Yeah.
In the Commission Inquiry report, and I want to thank you very much for calling.
It's in the book.
Keep up the good way.
All right, thank you very much. Another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Aubrey and your guest.
Yes, sir.
It's me again. The last caller, I think he's illusional. I stopped right there. Now let me say something. I went through all the things. I called ZNS again. I asked to speak to the chairman. Guess what they did? They put me on your show.
Well, thank you so very much.
They put me on your show.
And guess what? And if you were listening to the show, you would have gotten the answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Then not only that, I called back.
What was the answer?
They never give me. They don't even put me on the show. But I called back. You know.
Okay, listen to me carefully. I'm saying if you were listening to the show, you would have gotten the answer, but I'll tell you, Mr. Vaughn Miller is no longer employed at the Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah, I know because I call the headquarters to the S&M.
Sir,
and they give me all the details.
Sir,
yes,
caller, you don't have to go any further with that. You don't have to call him anymore.
I know.
Mr. Vaughn Miller is no longer an employee of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, too.
All right, another call on the line. Good afternoon. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, y'all is on the radio stating that the Prime Minister benefit from drug proceeding.
Get the commission inquiry report, sir.
You know,
Go and get
that-
the commission inquiry report, sir, and read the commission inquiry report.
you know, there's a God and there's a
Yeah, there's
devil,
a God, but you go get the
you know,
commission of inquiry report.
the two of y'all on
Go
your way
and
to
get
hell
the
in a
commission
gypsy bus,
of
okay?
inquiry
Y'all on the
report.
way to
See, we
hell
forget
in a
very
gypsy bus.
easily.
That's it.
Because till y'all go try save soul for Christ's kingdom, y'all on the radio talking foolishness.
Okay.
Go get the report.
All right, sir.
I don't need to get a report. Y'all need to go try save some of these young people. Go in these areas and try see
All right,
if you can
caller,
counsel some
caller,
of these young people.
caller, can
instead
I-
of
can
being
I-
on the radio
caller,
talking
caller.
a bunch of foolishness.
Good afternoon.
Because when it's
Can-
all said and done, the PLP still can be in power.
Go get
Can,
because
Mr.
there ain't nobody else.
can I engage you for a minute?
You can't get me because y'all ain't talking nothing with sense.
Well, listen
So
listen
go there
listen to me for a
and say
minute.
what you make.
Listen to
Y'all
me.
go there,
I want-
hold each other on.
I would like for you to talk some sense to me. What are you doing, sir, about engaging young people to save this country?
You want to know what I'm doing?
Please.
Okay, listen to me. And listen good. I born in Bainton. I have a wife who do not work. I bought a van for my wife to go in Bainton and pick up poor kids, carry them to the carnival, carry them to church, buy them school clothes, buy them dress clothes, carry them to the carnival, Christmas time, and then you see me home, they ring my doorbell like they give me grocery. For January, I went in Bainton on Camp Road and all the little church where to feed people. I'm a taxi driver. And between me, you, and God, if I never talk when I wake up in the morning, I give out $2,000. $2,000 to feed poor people.
And I wanted
Now
to
tell me,
No,
Dr.
caller,
Minnis,
caller,
Dr. Minnis
can I
he from
say
Bainton.
something?
Ask
Can
Dr.
I-
Minnis if he been in Bainton.
Can I
to
say
feed
something?
1.6.
Caller, can I speak to you? Can I say something?
You all only on the radio talking foolishness. You all don't mean nobody no good.
Can
you
I
only
say-
trying to help nobody.
We're gonna have to say good afternoon to you and thank you very much for calling. All right.
You see, it is easy. It is simple. It's a verifiable fact. All you have to do is go and get the Commission of Inquiry report on narcotics trafficking through the Bahamas. You see?
Well, there are some listeners
I'm
out
not
there.
making any accusations.
I'm going to just tell you for a moment that there are some listeners out there who are waiting to hear what you have to say about their prime minister.
Go get
And,
the book.
and
Read.
if it's a Lyndon Pinling or Perry Christie,
read,
or whomever,
I'm saying
they're
read.
just waiting to hear what you have to say.
Get the book. Like-
and if they do not agree with what you have to say,
Like you see, they have a
then
minister,
they intend to bring their wrath.
a former
down
minister of
upon you.
youth. He's retired now. The Honorable Kendall Nottage. Okay, he says easy, verifiable facts. It's in the book. Get the book. That's all. If you can read, get the book. It's in the book. The book will tell you all about drug trafficking in the
And
Bahamas.
it's going to get a little bit more touchy and hotter as the days draw near to the next general election. We have another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Hey, Martin.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Martin, I can be quick. Mr. Sims, I can be quick.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I disagree with the caller. What calling just now? Not only him one helping and being done. Now, if he spent $2,000 feeding hungry people, God to bless him. Good enough respect for doing that. But places like C.B. Moss and Walter Honchel, places like even B.J. Norris, as lousy as he is, he'll do it here and there too.
Be careful. He might call back to rebuke
Yeah, he
you.
can call back. He can call back. I know what I said. I do C.B. Moss. Listen, C.B. Moss and many other persons, they help people. And like what Mr. Sims said, if you want to know anything, go and get the book for the Commission Inquiry and go read it. And call what call just now. Not only you want feeding poor people. You could cuss me, you could kill the guy you want killing. Dr. Minnis helping all kind of different people too. All right? People, Dr. Minnis is putting it on in his pocket, and there's a lot of poor people. His duty is to what the thing name Martin to companies and stuff like that,
Okay.
like to Rotaries and Red Cross and things like
social
that.
clubs.
Private people and things to
The
pay for
social clubs,
minutes.
yes.
When they say no main man, I know people that try to beat up minutes, right? But don't even try that. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You see, Martin, we were talking history.
And it is irritating the sensitivities of some listeners.
You see, it is history,
Yes.
okay, that Baintown, okay, has religiously all my life voted for the Progressive Liberal Party. I commend the cab driver, you know,
Absolutely.
for going to rescue the poor, but I asked him, why they poor? Answer me, why are they poor? And they have been represented consistently for the last 50 plus years by the governing party of today. First, Milo Butler. Secondly, Dr. Norman Gay. I know who come after Dr. Norman Gay now.
Was it an F&M candidate who won? Gregory Williams?
Gregory Williams.
Yes.
And then after Gregory Williams, it became
BJ Norris.
BJ Norris.
That is right.
Okay? And so for over 50 years,
Yes.
in my view, the inner city should not be deprived as it is, for it was the inner city from whence
The PLP
the
came.
government of the Bahamas revolutionized this country. Its first governor general, its first Bahamian governor general was a representative for Baintown. But that's history. And the history now is those persons who will vote in less than 90 days are responsible for the life of the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-old persons. They are for whom you vote in the next 90
Thank
days.
you very much,
Mr.
Senator.
Aubrey.
There's another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. This is Straight Talk.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. Martin and the Senator, I never heard you better than today, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I had to call in just now. I had to go buy some minutes just to call in because I heard a couple of calls just now. I don't think Papa knows the meaning of the word tinted. Tinted is not an accusation. Maybe that's all it is, an accusation, or it's just tinted.
Right.
There was no decisive punishment or proof to the fact that the Linden was involved in, but it's just a tint. You get me there?
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'll move on to the next guy who called in, and he had to run over Camp Road with the $2,000. Why did our country have to reduce this level that people have to go out and feed the poor everywhere? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this was going on in Nassau for a long time. Sorry. But the fact is that he should sorry. I'm waiting.
Yes, we're hearing you.
You're breaking up?
Well, yeah, I know I'm breaking up because I'm walking trying to find a good spot. And
Okay.
I'll just say this because I'm outside and I'm wearing headphones right here. But we in the Bahamas must realize that we did not have to get to this point. The people from Baintown, an impoverished area, got to save his $2 to go to Camp Road, and we're supposed to have, these spies things coming in. I'm hearing myself double talking to you.
Okay.
But but thank you very much, man. And he should know that we didn't have to get to this.
Absolutely.
Keep your $2,000, but give me mine. And give the poor people theirs.
And let's help to find some people some jobs.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
God bless.
Another caller on the line. Good afternoon. This is Straight Talk.
Hey, Martin.
Caller, you on?
Martin.
Caller, you on?
You can hear me?
You on the radio?
Sorry about that. Y'all forget Bradley Roberts. He was there for 15 years too.
Okay.
Mr. Sims.
Yeah, that even adds more power.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. No. I just try to be fair, Mr. Sims, and make a lot of sense. I mean, I CLP, but I just help him, Mr. Sims.
I'm only
Bradley
talking
Roberts is one of
history,
those
sir.
persons.
I'm only
So,
sharing
Mr. Sims,
history.
Huh?
I'm only sharing history.
I understand. Mr. Sims, you say Loretta finished. You say she's history too?
That she's history.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
history. Brown McCartney's history.
So, Mr. Sims, you all sucked that one up with Brent Simmons today. Brent Simmons was one of the moves with Loretta too, or not? I know you playing speaking.
I'm not familiar with that, sir.
Oh, okay. So everything cool and dandy now with Brent. You're one big family.
The FNM has always been together. They may have been differences, like the Progressive Liberal Party has differences that will come to fruit, that the public will be amazed of. Like there is a difference between Bradley Roberts and George Smith now in the public. Like
Bradley
there is
Roberts
a
and George
difference in what a little lawyer named QC? Wayne Monroe and Frank Smith.
Oh.
It all comes to public. You see? But these things will all sunny die, you know.
Yeah, they
in
can do what
90
they want to
days.
anyhow. I like how Dr. Minister give what the gentleman named my good friend Warren Miller the nomination there, and not them give it to him, but the people them they decide, the association and stuff, I guess, decide they would give Warren Miller a chance to represent him. I wish he was in my area to vote for him, not just because he's my friend. I'll be big time disappointed if he ever let the people down in that constituency, and I hope God willing that he do make it to the host assembly, and I could do everything I could do in spite of me voting PLP.
I
on
wish
this
him
side.
well, but the fella down there got the what money.
But and you say he didn't know what he do with the white money on
Well, he can find some now. You watch. I see all kind of movement in Carl Harbor now.
Mr. Sims, in spite, I think I understand what they do with the white money, and I know he was talking to the people them to the convention and stuff like that. And when he went on the on being interviewed on the talk show, he did a kind of poor job because I feel like he was a bushwhacker or ambush from the reporters who was asking him questions. In a real job, Mr. Sims, that Michael Alcides would have been fired. He wouldn't have had that job as no minister of state.
All right, caller, we
Y'all
got to
keep up
go.
the good work.
Time is up. Thank you very much. Senator Sims, you had to tell me something about an appointment that you have on Sunday.
I'd like to express sympathy to the Moxie family. They're from what was that island
It's in
down
Ragged
next to the
Island?
Keys? From
Ragged Island?
Island.
Yes.
Well, Grace Moxie, who was a wife of my brother Ronald, has passed away. And I give my condolences to her two children, Oprah and her brother, and say to them that God knows best. Trust in God, and all will go well to the entire Moxie family.
And I want to thank you for joining us again on this Straight Talk Wednesday, right here on
Straight
Global
Talk.
99.5 FM. And our show today has been brought to you by Proud Mary. Proud Mary is opposite the Carmichael Road Police Station, by Sammy's Chicken. There are 5 locations in New Providence. By Doc's Pharmacy, Buttons Formal Wear, their 29th bridal show coming up on April 2nd at the Malia Resort. By First Choice Real Estate and Appraisals. The Friends of Frankie Campbell's Campaign in Southern Shores. By LRD Construction, Master Assist for all your emergencies. By Nature's Gifts, fresh roasted peanuts. And by Geneva Brass Seafood. For my technical producer, Nathan, for my special guest, Senator Derek Sims, I want to thank you very much for tuning in to Straight Talk this afternoon. We hope to see you again tomorrow. We will have Frankie Campbell coming to pay us a visit tomorrow on Straight Talk. We hope you tune in then. Good afternoon. Global 99.5 FM reminds